Member of UDA, by the way.
You are choir master musically or?
No, in terms of psychophancy.
Okay.
And I was the one leading the orchestra. But you know, it reaches a point and you can tell someone is singing off-key. Now, if someone is singing off-key, you have a responsibility to correct them. Mm-hmm. It could either be they do not understand the key, or they've simply gotten out of tune. Mm-hmm. And I think what has happened with this government is that they've simply gotten out of tune with the reality of Kenyans. When you look at government communication, starting all the way from the chief economic advisor, when you look at how they speak to Kenyans, they don't speak to Kenyans, they speak at Kenyans. You know, at one time you'll be told it is our time to eat. There's nothing you can do about it. People will show up with wands of cash and they will say the economy is booming. And yet when you look at common men like me, I am struggling. So I do not exactly understand at which point the economy is booming. I'd say this, I have listened to government a lot, especially when they talk about detractors and people who do not mean well for government and supplanting bad thoughts into the Kenyan people. And part of that was the Fund Foundation. Now, you will know that when the president traveled to the US, part of his praises in terms of speech was to the same Fund Foundation that was hitherto accused of supplanting evil thoughts into the people of Kenya. And this is what I would say. If you're a good reader of the Bible, because this regime took the Bible, they came in with the Bible, and apparently the Catholic Church has also been reading. The Anglican Church quoted a verse to them in support of the Catholic bishop's statement. There is a story about Nehemiah, and there are two detractors that were in the book of Nehemiah. That is Sanballat and Tobias. You see, there is a difference between criticism when someone criticizes what you're doing, yet we cannot see you are doing it. And there is people telling you, here you are failing. Okay? So what is happening is that Kenyans are telling this regime, look, you are failing. Please change your ways. But what is the regime doing? They are not interested. They are saying, look, sit back, relax, we know how to drive the economy. Okay. But Fred, let me ask you, if you're in a matatu, and you can clearly see the driver is leading you towards the ditch, and he's telling you he knows what he's doing, would you believe him?
Okay, hold that thought there. Let's take a break. We'll be back to continue.